It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Broncos and the Jaguars coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in April, the rookie from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field. It can take off and run when under duress.
Out to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led by Teddy Bridgewater in his 8th season now in the NFL.
I've always loved Teddy Bridgewater. A lot of people have underrated him throughout his career. Remember, this is a guy who's battled back from a horrendous knee injury to find his way back as a starter in this league. More than capable right arm, tremendous leader. This guy knows how to make plays in the clutch.
Bridgewater's throw taken in here by Patrick. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Unfortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
That's it, baby. We're going to work. The tackle made by Rayshon Jenkins.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after them, put the pressure on them.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
3rd and goal for Bridgewater. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Dwayne Smoot with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Arnold. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score.
Tight end right, tight end right.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Bridgewater to throw it. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Pass incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Bridgewater now for Gordon on the draw. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Bridgewater. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, to me, there is no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that's checked down to Gordon. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Flush to his right. And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And connecting here with DJ Shark. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
56.
Now Lawrence to throw. Room to run past midfield. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Denver. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. To return it, here's Deontay Spencer. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And the Bronco offense ready to begin this 3rd quarter of play. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the 3rd quarter on the ground with Gordon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all or nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the third quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second half of a game.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. On second down, it's Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags.
A 27-yard attempt.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And how about this? It's complete. That is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Dan Arnold there to make the grab. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. That took a pretty big risk right there, going for it on fourth down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, fourth down, they went for it.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. On the return is Spencer. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are, almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Throwing is Bridgewater. And Gordon's got it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Yeah, big play there. When you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On third down, Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now Lawrence on first down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Lawrence going to give this to Robinson, draw play. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On 3rd down, Lawrence toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
I couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Robinson. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
56.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
That almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.